Hello vinyl community and anyone else watching this. I'm back this time with a video following up a thread that me and Mr. Mayo, Joe, he didn't start it, but he continued on with it, and his was the first video I saw. So before I start, hello everyone, hope everyone is doing well out there. And this is the kind of video I usually don't make because it's the vinyl community, and this isn't a vinyl video. The video was basically show us, as George rattles on back here about his Dark Horse stuff. By the way, George Harrison. It's a video on Beatles bootlegs, basically, on CD. All your odds and ends and things that you have in your CD collection that aren't legitimate records, or I've added actually, that aren't in the norm of, aren't in the mainstream capital Beatle catalog. So I've got a few to show. I don't have that many. I don't have anything that exciting. I am playing a boot in the background here. I'm playing this not from CD, from vinyl. It's called Rough Notes, and it is indeed rough. But it's got some interesting outtakes on it. Anyway, so I'm just going to begin, and I'm going to show you some CDs. A few of these are legitimate, and most of them are not. A few of them are ones that I did. So, start with the Beatles. I haven't really worked out where I'm going to put things after I'm done. So, let me do this for a second. So I can work this out. Alright, I'm going to start with this. This is a legitimate CD, sort of. It's the Beatles Star Club stuff. Came out a few years ago on Rockatoon Records or something like that. And it's already getting pretty rare. And this is the typical Hamburg stuff. There's the CD and there's the inside of the gatefold. And there's a track listing on that. And I just thought I'd show it because it's not in the catalog, and it's about the only thing I have that's not a bootleg that is in the Beatles catalog. I'm going to start out with what I think is maybe the best Beatle bootleg CD that ever came out. This came out, it's an early one, around 87 probably, and it's called Backtrack. And I've had this since it came out. And the fidelity on this, here's your track listing, is better than the CDs at the time. Amazing quality, blew everybody away. Nice, it's got information on all the tracks there. There's the CD. And for me, this is maybe the best Beatle bootleg ever. Just phenomenal. Then there was two more. This is Backtrack 2, and not as good, not as much on it. Quality's not quite as good, but there you go. Still info. Same type of format, same people did it, just not as good. And Volume 3, and this time they did that for your track listings. And same deal on the inside, info and the silver disc. All three of those are very, very good boots though. If you ever see them, pick them up. The Get Back album, there's probably a lot of different versions of this. This one is on Apple Ghost Records, and it's got a few bonus tracks on it. Again, a pretty old CD. Nothing on the booklet on the inside. Unsurpassed Masters Volume 4. A lot of people really like the Unsurpassed Masters sets. I didn't. I thought the Backtrack was much better. Therefore, I only have one of these, Volume 4. It's on Yellow Dog. And again, nothing on the inside of the book. And there's the Yellow Dog CD. And there goes the book. It's not even a book, it's just a page actually on this one. Celluloid rock, just let it be outtakes in okay quality, nothing spectacular. Again, another Yellow Dog release, not their finest moment. Yellow Dog label, it's okay. Private tapes, 65 to 67, demos, things like that. This is a much later, almost looks like a CDR, and it could be, but the label is printed. I love the Parlophone label, yeah, right. And you got the same thing on the inside that you had on the back. I don't remember too much about this one. Again, just demos, basically, very rough demos. I have all 5 of these, but I think they came in a box, which I do not have. Beatles songs from the past. Just let it be stuff. Quality's pretty good, but it's been put out better since. They're just in slim cases. It's purported to be French. Don't know if it is. The book is falling out of this one. And I'll just show you the covers of the rest of them. I do have all 5 of them, and I think it did come in a box. But cool thing to have. I didn't pay a lot of money for this, I know that. Probably well under 20 bucks, maybe even only about 10 for all 5 of them. There's those. And that's actually it for my legitimate, yeah, Beatle boots. I did buy in the early 90s, mid-90s, some CDRs that people were starting to make. Here's the alternative rubber sole. There's your back cover. Again, just track listing. And your nice, yeah, label. And I have a few of these. This is a Revolver, same sort of deal. There's your track listing, your back cover. Again, really imaginative label there. Here's an Abbey Road. Really took some time with this one, just kidding. The people couldn't even cut straight for the most part. And this one didn't play that well, so I had to make a copy. And that's something that I did learn on some of these CDRs, and even some, I'll talk about it later a little bit, some legitimate CDs. Sometimes boots had problems, but you can get around them. Here's the White Album acetates and demos, the double. There's your track listing. Again, both the discs look like that. Again, just CDRs. Beatles, every little thing. This is actually pretty good. This is the John Barrett tapes. It's a double. It's a CDR, but it's got stuff on it worth hearing. Most people probably have it in other places, but I didn't at the time anyway. It was one of the discs. And it's got some really good stuff on it. Some stuff they used on anthologies that was better. And here's more John Barrett tapes. This is actually a better one than the last one, actually. But they're both pretty good. But this one, again, extra disc in here, which means I had sound problems with it. And but it's, again, if you double them, usually your second disc will come out. Here's the Rooftop January '69 concert, yeah, with a few bonus tracks on it. The cover's actually nice on this one. This one they did a fairly decent job on, one of the few. And here's a couple I thought I'd show. I did this one a long time ago. I called it Past Masters. Get it? Get it? Get it? Masters that they passed on. And I did it like white, you know, like to look like the Past Masters Volume 1. I had a label at the time called Trademark of Quantity. I never sold these or anything, I just did it for a lark. But this has mostly stuff on records and a couple of mixes I did. I did a mix of 8 Days a Week from the anthology. Took the two parts and put them together. I also did the medley on Abbey Road with Her Majesty put back in where it should be. And a lot of just alternate US versions that weren't available then. This was way before the US box set came out on CD. So it was an interesting collection. I still go to it once in a while for a thing or two. And I started to do all the albums. I only got the first one done. Please Please Me. Just everything. Outtakes. As much as you could fit onto one disc. And my covers are better than most of theirs. There's my label on that one. And there's my inner cover. And my back. Anyway. So that's it for the Beatles themselves. Now we'll get into some solo. And again, I have mostly Paul solo. Go figure, right? I'm going to start out with a couple of, again, legitimate things, but not in the regular canon. This is a Japanese CD called The Greatest. It's a limited edition. I'm not going to take it out of the sleeve. It's in a sleeve. But there's your track list. You probably can't see that. It's got a few Beatles. No, this isn't the one. This one has all Wings on it. Well, Wings and solo, and ends with Young Boy, I think, from the, no, I'm not going to remember the name of that album and feel really dumb. Anyway, it spans till then, till about 2005, 2006, something like that. Why can't I think of the name of that album? Anyway. Here's another Japanese one, McCartney Best 16. This has some Beatles songs on it too, which makes it interesting. There's your track list in Japanese and in English. And there's the disc on this one. Not that you can see that, but... And one more, and this is the reason I'm showing a few legitimate things. I picked this up at a thrift store yesterday. Never saw it before. I just realized I'm missing another CD. I also have Paul McCartney Rocks, which is a promo disc. Some of you may have seen it. I do have that. But I've never seen this before. Never Stop Doing What You Love, Paul McCartney. This is the greatest hits compilation put out by Fidelity Investments, apparently. And there's your track listing. Very odd. No mention of any record labels on here at all. No Concord, no Capitol, no nothing. Here's the disc. And this cost me $1. And I saw this and I was like, oh, I don't know what this is, but it's interesting. It's in a cardboard sleeve. There's your insert inside your, So this is like the best find I've found on CD-wise in a long time. Very cool, interesting piece. Now we get to legitimate bootlegs. Hot hits, cold cuts. Wish the fidelity on this was better, because this is actually the best version of this as far as I'm concerned. It has the best songs on it. I think it's the first version that he put together. And the fidelity's okay, but it's not great. But this is a really old Paul Ramon, Hot Hits, Cold Cuts. Inside track listing again. But yeah, this is a really old CD. Very late 80s probably. Here's Unsurpassed Masters Volume 2 on Yellow Cat. This is, no it's not, it's on Strawberry Records. This is a much later, mid-90s, early mid-90s CD probably. The amazing corny phone label they put on the inside, which is really kind of cool. I have a few of these. I paid a few bucks each for these. I remember when I got them. Cold Cuts Volume 2. Some of these are good, some of them not so good. There's your track listing on that. Just pretty generic covers is one of the reasons. Orange 5 Records, put them out. Again, same thing on the inside as the out. Another one of these, home demos. I won't show you the disc, it's the same. track listing. Extended tracks. That's basically what this is. All the 12 inches basically that he put them out on CD. This is really good actually. Looking for Changes. This is the up close special on MTV. But it's before they overdubbed it and fixed it up. It was actually VH1. It's the legitimate show that he did, and the quality's really good. And it's when I saw that thing, because I'd already bought a bootleg video and had seen it before it even came out. And when I saw that thing, I was dumbfounded because it sounded nothing like the original. It was so cleaned up, so overdubbed. It was shameful. But this is really good. Got a nice picture of Paul on the inside. It's on Yellow Cat, yeah, which is Yellow Dog's Paul label. Really good stuff comes out in Yellow Cat. This is a really good disc if you're a McCartney fan. Rare studio demos. They just copped the promo Tug of War EP that came out for the cover of that one. And that's basically what this is, the Rude Studio demos. I have this on LP too. The LP, everything fades in, fades out. This, I can't remember if they fixed it or not, to be honest. It's been a long time since I heard it. Nothing to see on the inside. This, I wish the quality was a little better, because this is awesome. This is the Back to the Egg outtakes, the alternate Back to the Egg album. It has Cage on here as well. Denny Laine doing the vocals on Getting Closer. It's just very muddy. Love the cover too. Interesting. And then I mean, it looks legit almost. I mean, they did a really nice job on it. Eggs Up is the name of it, by the way. And I lost the cover again. And again, it's muddy. But other than that, decent CD. Well, here's another one of these. Played to Press. Well, kind of. Same company, I think. It's Orange Records. Maybe it's not. Nope. A library product of Oxford. Yeah. This is just an alternate Press to Play album. It's okay. Paul McCartney, Backyard and More. This is the Backyard tape. Basically one-hand clapping stuff with some other stuff on it as well. Quality's pretty good. Pretty decent album. Again, it would be because it's on Yellow Cat. And track listing, all that kind of stuff. And now I have a couple of live things, and they're all from the '89 tour. Oh no, this one says 80. Oh, there's Cactus Club '86 on here as well as a sound check from 1990 on this one. I can't remember. Most of these are doubles, and this is on Yellow Cat. I don't remember this, to be honest. It's been so long since I've heard this. I don't remember if this is... I think some of it is okay. I can't remember. And then this is Berkeley Concert 1990. Again, Yellow Cat Records. From what I remember, it's okay. Got some pictures on the inside there, the Yellow Cat label. Before it was released, it was a bootleg. The Russian album. So I have my original bootleg version of the Russian album taken, I believe, directly from vinyl, if I remember right. And there you go. Russian album, that's a really old CD. Rock Devil Rock. This is live stuff from McCartney playing some shows for his Run Devil Run album with that band, with David Gilmour and those guys. Sound quality's good. Performances are pretty good. Put the Run Devil Run on the inside. Again, Yellow Cat Records. Now, this was a Best Buy deal. Ubu Jubu Ecology. There's some good, interesting stuff on here from the Ubu Jubu shows. It's basically like a best of the Ubu Jubu show, radio show that Paul did. Again, came out, I think, with the Off the Ground album, but I'm not sure. Oh, there's your track listing if you can see that. And now, a CDR that I bought at one point. The complete 1979 Glasgow concert, which I'd had some of this on an album. This is a complete thing, and sound quality from what I can remember is okay. Again, a little muddy. This is a Vitaphone release, at least it originally was, but again, this is a CDR. But it's okay. I made 6 of these. This is just one of them. I thought I'd show them because I did a decent job on the cover. Paul McCartney, the complete B-sides. It's a 6 CD set. So, like, 700-800 minutes of music on this thing. And I used the little Dance Tonight thing for my inside. And there's a track listing on that one. Complete B-sides, 6 of those. And here's another one that I made. Cold cuts. Sort of what I thought cold cuts should be. I won't say the name of the record label that I put it on, but I was pretty proud of that at the time. A long time ago I made that. And there's the Hot Hits Cold Cuts, the original on the inside. Couple more Pauls here. Here's an alternate Ram. I think I didn't do that cover. I just nicked that cover from a legitimate. I think I did the whole paperwork on this from a legitimate bootleg, but I didn't buy it. I nicked it. And I did do the inside of the cover. And my record's over. Got my turntable from my other room in here right now. So just gonna start. Well, I'll flip it. You know what? I'll flip it. You guys been here this long. There we go. And one more McCartney, London Town Roughs and Demos. Another one I did, but this is a legitimate cover. Again, from somewhere I got the legitimate artwork for it, at least the front and back. And I probably did the inside myself. And there you go, London Town Roughs and Demos. This is pretty good. So is the Ram, from what I can remember. And my Cold Cuts is excellent, of course. Okay, John. This is going longer than I thought it would, by the way. Sorry about that. John, this is very legit, but a lot of people didn't buy it, I think, so I just wanted to show it real quick. The John Lennon remaster of Double Fantasy that came out a few years ago, that also has a stripped version. So if you didn't get this, and they're scarce now, you might want to find one if you're a Lennon fan, because the strip version is pretty cool of Double Fantasy. So I just thought I'd show that. I don't have much John. This was a Best Buy thing, I think. John Lennon in his life, it's interviews. I don't know, I don't remember what you bought to get this. There's sort of a track listing. Of course, Best Buy always puts cheesy pictures of the Beatles on everything. There's the disc, if you can see that. And the only legit thing I have is John Lennon listened to this. Joe had this in his collection as well. It's a 3-record set of outtakes from the Walls and Bridges thing. He didn't open it. I'm not going to either. But I wanted to talk a little bit about this because some of these, and I got one, the discs were pressed very lousy, and they started getting all these crackly and distortion noises in them. And if you have one of these with that, again, you can put it in your computer and make a dub of it, and the dub will play. At least it did for me. So and I got this cheap because I think it said at least one disc was damaged or whatever. Well, it's not damaged, it's flawed pressing. So I probably paid about $7 for this. And just made copies, and the copies play fine. Now, it's not really worth anything, but you can buy it for that. Anyway, there's your track listings. And so there's a good tip. You get a disc like that, you can dub it, and usually the dub will work. Okay, I missed a few here two here that should have gone with Paul. I just wanted to show these. These are legitimate, but it's Denny Laine featuring Paul McCartney. It's the stuff that didn't make the McCartney albums, and some stuff that they worked on for Denny. This one is just called Denny Laine featuring Paul McCartney. There's your track listing. Weep for Love is a fantastic song, and why that didn't wind up on a Wings album, I don't know. And Say You Don't Mind, which his original version is better. If I Could Only Smile is on here, which was supposed to be on Red Rose Speedway. Japanese Tears is on here. And I also have this, which is sort of the same thing. Rock Survivor, Denny Laine. Very similar thing, probably a few different tracks, but I didn't show the insides, but there's not much to see. So there's some Denny and George. I don't have much. In fact, I made all of these. Here's the master tape version of Songs for Patty, and this really is good. If you can find one of these, this is really good. There's your track listing. If you can read it, you probably can't. And maybe you can read it better there, I don't know. But this is just a CD that I made. And here is Beware of Abco. Probably George's best bootleg right here. Again, I made it. This one's just in a thin case. I did the cover. There's a track listing. I probably added a couple tracks. I usually do. And this is okay. I Lived for You. It's obscurities, things that didn't appear on albums and stuff like that throughout his whole career. A bunch of it unreleased. I used the same picture on the inside. And the complete collection, Traveling Wilburys. Demos, outtakes, things like that. Quality is horrible, unfortunately, because this would be a huge winner if it wasn't. But it's worth hearing. On $10 records, yeah, it's pretty much all it's worth. Unfortunately, 2 record set. Okay, so it's a couple of days later. My camera died. I actually just ran out of room. I thought I'd emptied everything off of it, and I hadn't. So, I'm going to finish the video. I was just about to show you just one last thing that I just thought was interesting, and that was this. It's Ringo Starr's Vertical Man LP. It's the Best Buy Deluxe Edition with a CD single, and it's still sealed. I've never opened this. So there's 2 songs not on the album. I think La Di Da, the short version, and another song. 2 more songs, maybe. No, maybe not. I don't know, because I never opened it. But there you go, still sealed. You can see there's extra stuff in there. And there you go, Ringo's Vertical Man LP. And in the couple days that it's taken me to get back to this, I found a couple other things I wanted to show. One is this Dark Horse Years, 76 to 92, a 12-track sampler. This was released with the first reissues, not the most recent ones, back in the 90s of the George albums. And there's your set list and things like that, if you can see it. It's just in a cardboard sleeve. And there's what the disc looks like. I'd forgotten I even had this. And I was like, hey, I've got that. And a couple more Paul things real quick. Paul McCartney Collection CD sampler. This is from '93 when he released the albums in Europe, remastered with bonus tracks. And there's what's on it, if you can read that. Some interesting cuts. And, well, there's probably a better way to see what's on it. And there's what the disc looks like. So there's that. And I mentioned I had McCartney Rocks. Well, I dug that out. And there it is. This was an American promo thing released around the 1990 tour. There's your track listings. And nothing on there. And there's your CD. Looks kind of like the cover. And I got this, which is the Live at the Amoeba EP. I actually have this on vinyl now as well, but I know some people might not know about this. This came out, I don't know, a bunch of years ago now. I like the back with the song titles just sort of scrabbled in there. And last but not least, this was a Best Buy thing, Best Buy bonus disc. Paul McCartney interview for the Run Devil Run album that came with the Run Devil Run album if you bought it at Best Buy. And it even has the track listings on it because this was attached to the back. So you didn't get them without this being on there. So there you go. That's my Beatles Rarities CD collection. That's pretty complete now, I think. Sorry it's taking me so long to do this. Sorry about the delay. And I'll be back with more videos soon, I promise. I have a few things lined up, including my Kinks collection, which I actually started a video and got about 2/3 of the way through my collection, and that croaked, and I just got rid of that one. I'm going to do it again. And I'm thinking seriously of answering the 20 questions thread that's going around. I've been answered most of those questions before, but I'm thinking I might just say, hey, what the hell. And I do have a few recent finds to show as well. So be looking forward to some more videos. And I'll give you a turntable update too, but I don't think I did at the beginning of this video. It's been a couple of days. About what's going on with that too. So again, take care, everybody. I hope everybody's well. Check out my podcast, snapcracklepop.podomatic.com. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you, new subscribers. And I'll be back as soon as I can. Maybe even tonight. So take care, everybody. Bye.